Sometime in May, Signverse embarked on its first phase of data collection, collecting Kenya Sign Language data for all the words in its dictionary. This process would enable us to train an AI model to recognize and translate sign language into text and speech and vice versa. This wasn't really the start, but a continuation of creating some pioneering work in assistive technology for the deaf. This data collection process begins with getting dressed in the motion capture suit, which is basically an assembly of several straps, sensors, gloves, and shirt. The straps are placed at different parts of the body, like the head, upper and lower arm, upper and lower leg, and the foot. The sensors are then mounted onto the straps, and gloves are worn. Sensors are also placed onto the gloves as well. We then move to calibration. We start by calibrating the gloves, a process involving various hand movements to cover the range of the use of fingers. Before motion tracking, calibration of motion sensors, which were earlier placed on the body and gloves, informs an important step because of the different body dimensions of our data collectors. This process involves the subject performing certain poses for a specified period of time, while also taking their body measurements such as height, arm length, shoulder height, foot length, waist height, and waist width. After calibration is done, the real motion tracking of either the full body or half body and finger movement was made possible through Xsense MVN and Windows software. This whole activity is made possible by our team of deaf individuals who are our data collectors, the technical team behind the scenes and computer who make this happen and come together so flawlessly, and of course our interpreters who act as our bridge communication-wise. And now to the actual signing. A library of words from the Kenya Sign Language Dictionary was provided for our data collectors to sign. These words are first projected onto the screen where they are discussed by the rest of the team, and once they agree on the way to sign it, the addressed data collector signs the word, is recorded by the software, and the process continues for the rest of the words. It has truly been a learning and growing opportunity for us all. We've all become somewhat aware of all the biases and communication gaps that exist between us and the deaf community that we are creating this app for. This has inspired more commitment and drive to create more inclusive spaces and ensure the highest standards here at Signverse. There's so much work, time, and dedication that goes into creating the final product that Signverse aims to. We had a target of 12,000 words at the start of our data collection week. And on the first day, we realized that we had to readjust that from our recap and lessons. Calibration was taking longer than we had anticipated. The discussions that were done before we agreed on the right way to sign also took time. But you realize that all this was necessary if we really wanted the quality standard that we were targeting. And for this, we aimed for 2,500 words. At the end of the day, the team would come together for a recap. This was our opportunity to discuss the lessons of the day, key takeaways, some key learning areas, and possible areas of improvement. The daily catch-up would address the issues arising and made this process seamless and comfortable for all of us. Some of the challenges that we face along the way have impacted us immensely in the best way possible. We as a team have had to learn basic sign language so that we do not rely heavily on interpreters, and of course on some days when patience is tested by weather and electricity. Although the first stage of the data collection process is over, the job is far from done. Of having inclusive societies, of ensuring that every voice is heard, of creating equal opportunities for us all by not neglecting the deaf in community, and of course working towards our goal of ensuring no one is left behind, upholding our values as signverse and ensuring we use emerging technology for good. The journey of Signverse started with this MVP, and from feedback gathered from the deaf community, we realized that movements of the signs were a bit robotic and compromised the integrity of sign language. This whole data collection process has therefore been an action on that feedback, collecting individual signs with accurate motion capture in order to uphold the principles of Kenya Sign Language and ensure the satisfaction of the deaf community in our product. These are tremendous improvements in the current version, and we can only scale higher and better to achieve our goals.